NBC 739 News in the Morning.
What to do if you can't sleep.
That's
all know this story.
That's all of us. There are some things that may be easier than you think. Megan's live at the Sleep Center in Encinitas with some great tips for you this morning.
I have these dreams where I am sleeping, and when I wake up I am never sure what I am feeling with no one next to me.
Do you ever have trouble getting a good night's sleep? That's a good question. And there's a good reason we're playing this song too. Megan is live from the Sleep Center in Encinitas. That's coming up shortly. We're going to get some tips on how we can all get a better night's sleep, help our overall health, help us have nicer days, the whole deal. 5:14 right now.
I agree with all of that. All week we'll be bringing you important stories about wellness and your health. This morning we're tackling the issue that's near and dear to us. It's called sleep, something that we can all relate to.
Nearly 50 million Americans suffer from chronic sleep problems, and perhaps some of our early morning viewers know what it's like to go to work without a good night's sleep.
NBC San Diego's Megan Tabrizian is live at the Sleep Center in Encinitas with some important tips to help you get your Z's. Megan.
Hey, Marianne and Jason, I want to get right to it. As you mentioned, 50 million Americans suffer from sleep deprivation of some sort. That's a staggering number. I'm here at the Sleep Center of Southern California in Encinitas with Dr. Patrick Wolcott. Welcome, and thank you very much for waking up early to do this. You're not getting your sleep today for doing this with us.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
All right, well, first of all, as we mentioned, 50 million Americans have some kind of sleep deprivation. What happens when you're not getting enough sleep?
Well, first of all, you're going to tend to feel tired. One of the main complaints of people with sleep deprivation is feeling fatigued through the day. They often have somatic complaints of feeling gastrointestinal symptoms, fatigue. Sometimes headaches can occur with sleep deprivation.
How many hours are you recommending people to have a night?
Now, that's going to vary between the age group, but for adults, between 7 and 9 hours is typically considered optimal. We find that people often feel they can get less sleep, but they're often fooling themselves in thinking that they're going to feel well and function at their best with less than that amount of sleep.
Okay, I'm one of those people who, I'm fooling myself. I think I'm getting enough by splitting up my sleep. Maybe I'll sleep 5 hours a night and take a 2-hour nap. Is that okay to do, to split up your sleep time?
Taking naps can sometimes help the person feel more refreshed during the day, but taking a nap can often make it more difficult to fall asleep at night, which can be frustrating to the patient.
How about catch-up sleep? If you sleep during the weekend, is that okay if you don't sleep as much during the week?
It's a very common practice. We find that patients will obtain less than the optimal amount of time during sleep. They'll try to catch up on the weekend, but that effect may only improve the way they feel for a couple days into the week. And then they're going to continue feeling fatigued and not as effective at work, perhaps not be able to make it into work on time as a consequence.
Well, a couple tips you said. Don't watch TV in bed, right? That's a big one. Turn your alarm clock away so you're not looking at your alarm clock.
Right.
What else were some of the tips?
I think sometimes what happens is people who have insomnia may end up focusing on the alarm clock every time they wake up or they're seeing how the time is passing. They become more concerned about the fact that it's taking a long time to fall asleep and that it's going to have a detriment on their performance the next day.
Okay, well there goes that. I was thinking I could store sleep up.
I'm so ready for a nap right now.
I know. That was rather
good.
soothing.
That was
good
good
advice though.